A 200 kilograms male lion is backing away. He growls in pain, blood dripping from his lower abdomen. He just ran away from a tiny creature weighing exactly 10 kilograms. This is not a fictional cartoon. It is the brutal reality of the African savanna. The one who just defeated the king of the savanna is the honey badger. And its attack was aimed straight at the enemy's vital point. A fatal bite to the male lion's genitals. With just one bite, the confrontation immediately ends. How does such a short creature choose such a vicious attack? Legend says that the honey badger has superhuman tactical intelligence. That they know exactly where the giant predator's weakest point is. These stories have been spreading since 1947 through historical records. But the truth from a biological perspective is far stranger than legend. The honey badger has no concept of lion or buffalo anatomy. It does not plan to target the enemy's lower body before fighting. This famous strike is actually the result of mechanical mathematics. Look at the size and fighting stance of the honey badger. It is extremely short, with short legs and a center of gravity close to the ground. When a lion or hyena lunges to grab it, the honey badger never turns its back to run away. It charges straight into the giant predator's underbelly. And from that incredibly low position, the enemy's lower body is the closest thing. It is the softest, most accessible part right in front of the badger's snout. The badger's defensive instinct is to bite and tear anything that touches its nose. That is not calculated intelligence. It is the probability of mechanical collision in three-dimensional space. But understanding the mechanical principle does not explain the hardest part. Why does the lion let a tiny animal get under its belly? Why doesn't the apex predator immediately crush the badger's head? A lion's jaws have more than enough power to crush an antelope's skull. And the truth is, the lion did exactly that. It clamped its jaws tightly onto the honey badger's back in a lethal bite. Any other 10 kilograms creature would have its spine snapped and die instantly. But the honey badger does not die. It twists. This is something not found in any basic biology textbook. The honey badger's skin is not tightly attached to the muscles underneath. It is incredibly thick, tough, and loose like an oversized coat. When the lion sinks its teeth into the badger's back, it only grabs a thick chunk of skin. The entire skeletal frame and muscles inside the skin remain completely free. The honey badger instantly spins 180 degrees right inside its own skin. The lion is clamping tightly onto its back. And immediately, the badger's jaws appear right under the lion's chin. It bites back at the one holding it in its mouth. This insane resistance shatters all normal hunting rules. The giant predator is startled and reflexively lets go of the prey. And at the exact moment the lion opens its mouth, the badger slides under its belly. The jaws of the honey badger are far from ordinary. They are designed to crush bones and saw through rock-hard tortoise shells. When those jaws sink into the soft tissue of a large beast's lower body, the consequences are immediate and utterly catastrophic. The bite severs major blood vessels, causing excruciating pain and thermal shock. Faced with unbearable pain, the predator abandons all thoughts of eating. The male lion panics and runs away. The honey badger stands there, growling aggressively without stopping. This is the final element in their defensive strategy. A prolonged and violently aggressive psychological warfare. The badger hisses, lunges forward, and acts extremely hostile despite its small size. Wild carnivores always calculate energy costs and injury risks. A 10 kilograms meal is not worth a fatal wound or infection. The honey badger's madness is actually a survival message sent to the enemy. Eating me will cost you your life. And that message is extremely effective. Field data records countless times badgers survived leopards, hyenas, and lionesses. Not because it is stronger or has mystical superpowers, but because it turns an easy hunt into an unpredictable disaster. Its extreme confidence stems from highly specialized evolutionary traits. The loose skin armor neutralizes the bite. The low center of gravity creates deadly biting angles. The razor-sharp teeth crush everything. And a nervous system that knows no concept of retreating or yielding. The predators of the savanna finally learn a bitter lesson. Stay away from that short black and white creature. That is why you rarely see lions intentionally hunting honey badgers. An ecological balance established by pure violence. Where the weakest becomes the most dangerous when cornered. The king of the savanna can hunt giant buffaloes or giraffes. But he would rather starve than face 10 kilograms of pure fury on the ground. On the savanna, the cost of a mistake is sometimes greater than death. And the honey badger's lower body bite is one of the heaviest prices. The miracle of evolution is not about making an animal larger. Evolution turns height disadvantages into lethal offensive weapons. The honey badger is the clearest proof of how perfect a biological weapon can be. The Lion King licks his wounds in humiliation, while the tiny badger continues its journey foraging for food. The shadow of the small creature casts long on the sun-baked dry grass. Size has never determined who the ultimate survivor is. True power lies in how you react when held in the jaws of death. It only takes a 180-degree twist and a bite straight into the softest thing closest to you. Even the Savanna King must step back before this brave dwarf warrior. There are no exceptions in the wild savanna.